Hi, welcome in. Today I'm going to show you how to glitter a wine glass with our Designer Dries Clear Adhesive and some of our ultrafine glitter. Now you can pick out any colored glass and any colored glitter you want to use. I just had some black glasses laying around and thought the purple looked really good on them. So I'll go over the things you're going to need to get started. So you will need your wine glass, going to need your Designer Dries Clear Adhesive, going to need some ultrafine glitter, again, whatever color you choose, a spoon to apply the glitter, going to need a blush brush. We're going to use that to clean it off when it's done, a paintbrush to apply the adhesive, going to need a pair of scissors and some masking tape, and then you can use a paper plate or a little tray. We're going to use this to put our adhesive into to work out of, and then also a piece of paper to work over to catch your glitter drips and drops, and you can not have any waste. And then you also need one of our noogers just in case we need to clean up some of the line work after we get the glass finished. So the first thing we're going to do is apply our tape to get our design. Now if you're working on a table, you will need to kind of just set something next to your glass to help keep it from rolling. Now I like to just do a triangle design. It's kind of simple, plus you're keeping a glass part, and that's where you're going to use to put your mouth on. You don't want to put your mouth where the glitter is. And then this tape is kind of wide, so I'm going to cut it in half, and that'll make it a little bit easier to work with. I don't really need it that as thick as it was. All right, then we're going to just stick this piece off to the side. And we're going to cut a diagonal corner out of the bottom, and this is going to give us a clean edge. And I usually start right around there. I don't go all the way to the bottom, but about 3/4 of the way down. And you want to work your way up with that tape as you're applying, and make sure you got it nice and tight against the glass, because you don't want any of the adhesive to come up underneath the tape. That won't give us a very straight line. And then just kind of go back over, make sure it's nice and adhered to the glass. And with that top piece, what I'll do is just kind of fold it over, and that way it gives me a tab to take the tape off after we get the adhesive and the glitter on there. All right, now we're going to take our other piece, and I'm going to turn it this way, because remember I cut it, so I want to use the edge with the straight edge. And cut that diagonal piece again. Oops. And I did it in the wrong direction. No big deal. Go ahead and cut it that way. And then we're going to line up the points of the tape. And using the masking tape as opposed to electrical tape makes it easier to take back off and put back on if you don't have it lined up quite right, as I did there. So lift it up. You can go ahead and adhere that to the glass. And again, just like with the other side, you want to smooth over it, make sure it's nice and tight on the glass, and then we'll go ahead and make our little tab at the top to be able to pull it off of. Now that we have our glass taped, we want to get our adhesive ready. So get your paper plate or your tray, open your Designer Dries Clear Adhesive, and we're just going to pour some of that right in there. Always put your lid back on your adhesive in between uses, just because once the air hits it, it will start to dry, and you don't want to have that dry out on you. All right. Oh, and we also want to put our piece of paper underneath our working area to catch any glitter. And we're going to start applying adhesive now. So I apply my adhesive pretty thick, and I just start painting it on there. And then you will notice it's going to pull back on you a little bit. That's perfectly normal. We're just going to keep going over it until it starts to stop doing that pulling. It just takes a little bit of the air touching it to get tacky enough to start sticking to the glass a little bit better. And just keep applying, keep applying. Just nice even strokes. You want to make sure you get all that glass nice and evenly covered with the adhesive. Keep applying. It does go rather quickly. It doesn't take too much time to glitter a wine glass. Get right up along those edges because that's going to give us that nice straight line once the glitter has been applied. And just kind of go back over, make sure there's no spots that got missed. All right, we're looking pretty good here. Alrighty, almost ready to apply our glitter. Okay, so we'll move our adhesive out of the way, get our glitter tray, and go ahead and hold this downwards. I'm gonna sprinkle the glitter right on that adhesive and turn. And just keep turning as you're applying the glitter. I just want to make sure we get all that adhesive nice and covered. Keep applying our glitter. Then we'll go ahead and go back over it one more time just in case any spots of adhesive got missed. You do want to make sure it's nice and coated with your glitter. And now you see why we're working over a tray as well as a piece of paper, because it can get a little bit messy when you're applying the glitter. All right, and go ahead and try to tap off some of that excess. You don't want to tap the part with the adhesive because you will smear it. And we'll go ahead and move that out of the way. Now we're going to remove this tape while the adhesive is still wet. And that's going to give us a clean line. If you wait for it to dry, it can be a little bit harder to remove and a little bit harder to fix any mistakes if there are any. But our lines came out nice and straight. Oh, well, we do have one little spot right there. So we're going to go in with our Nuger to fix that. So you want to go ahead and apply the glitter to that little blob of glue. And just clean it up with that Nuger. And good as new. And now we're going to let this sit and completely set in the glitter before we try to brush off any of the excess glitter. And I have another one done so we can show you now. So once it's been set, you're still going to have a little bit of glitter sticking, and you're going to use your blush brush to just go through and dry brush any excess glitter off of your glass. And the adhesive, once dried, is permanent. You can hand wash this. I would not recommend putting it in a dishwasher. You want to just gently hand wash with some warm water and soap and let air dry, and you're good to use it again. I hope you enjoyed making a wine glass with us today. See you next time.